Alright, we are back in here. Gonna continue our new Stormblood main story quest. Alphina, what do you have for us? Oh my. Some gear. That is a sick helmet for a Lancer. Dragoon. So it's either gear for melee classes or 3 Savage Might Materia 5s. I don't know if those are worth anything anymore. Not really. Not really. So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Ah, forgive me. You are free to look around Rhalgr's reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kim. I believe we will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess the Resistance's capabilities. Feel free to poke our noses wheresoever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like, Zumacalis. Great, let's get started. So nice. I'll bet you think the Resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders like me, but the truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hell's Guard from all the way over by the Spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. There's even some Beastmen, well, Beastwomen, I suppose. Like that one over there. She's an Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Well, one of the smaller factions has. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Ananta make the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist metals and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It's a pity people hardly ever get to see their work. But then, most don't even know they exist. That's enough about them, anyway. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Rhalgr, shall we? Yeah, this is one of those Ananta. Which are basically Nagas, Lamia. The big bad statue of Rhalgr. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds, who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. At the end of the 5th Astral Era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across the Eorzea besieged the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky, and led the way to these mountains of Gir Abania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works without and within. A storm of blood approaches fast, hell's open, heavens weep, for no one's For no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was inscribed on this stone by a monk of the Fist of Rhalgr. Ida explained it to me. A day will come bringing strife and sorrow that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation make strong the body and mind. I don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that has led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Sorry. That was all a bit melodramatic, wasn't it? Let's keep moving, shall we? Off to the infirmary. Get out of here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sitting here in the way. This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's also important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go. I'll show you the Aetheryte Plaza next. When you've seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all, right? Not quite. This one's an older design, dating back decades to when the Fist of Rhalgr was still here. It may look a little different, but it works just as well as any other. I'll show you where the Sutlers are next, but don't forget to attune to the Aetheryte before we go. Yeah, I've already done that. Arms, armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. The Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Oh, Alfino and Alizé are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Okay, now I can choose a piece of gear. Well, I don't have any of that leveled up. Although, if and when I level up Samurai, I suppose that could be helpful. But I think I'll take this sick Dragoon helmet. A bargain struck. So this time we have Bard Machinist gear, and we have Caster gear. Come to take the measure of our friendly neighborhood merchants? They're a bold lot, that much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to the Resistance, they would be lucky to escape with their lives. 'Tis a gamble, aye, and I admire their courage, but their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Ah, here you are. I've been looking all over for you. We finished discussing your proposal, and we're ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch you Stola and Creel, if you'd like to follow me. Alright. Now what do they have to say?
Thank you all for waiting. We have reached a consensus. I, Conrad Kemp, do hereby accept the Eorzean Alliance's proposal. You must understand, however, that our cooperation comes with certain caveats.
Those caveats being...
I take no joy in this, just so you know. Were it within my power, I'd offer you more assistance. But the resistance is far more fragmented than you realize. The men and women in my care belong to but one of many factions. Simply put, I can only speak for the people of Rhalgr's Reach. Now, I have every intention of appealing to the others, and I expect many will agree, but it will take time, and I cannot guarantee universal support.
Understood. I shall see that the Alliance is under no misapprehensions as to your position.
Much obliged. But that's not the whole of it. As you can imagine, the loss of those who cast their lot with the Griffin left us short on numbers. Some of our most trusted veterans died at the wall, and we've had to fill their posts with the young and inexperienced. Frankly, everything's in a right bloody mess.
Oh, we'd be more than happy to help you get back on your feet. If we're going to work together, we'll be doing ourselves a favor.
Well, there's no shortage of work to be done, that's for sure. We're in dire need of new blood, too.
Stola and I could lend a hand in the infirmary. From what I saw, they could do with a few more healers.
Very well. I, for my part, shall return to the Rising Stones. I'm certain there are others among the Scions who would welcome the opportunity to fight for Alamegan liberation.
Is there anything else we can do to help?
Blow up the Garlean Empire.
I had something else in mind for you lot. Monago and Mefred will tell you more.
Understood. We won't let you down.
Oh, really? And what is it? You're gonna make me go through another little cutscene? Right then. Monago and Mefred are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Zumacalis. Okay. I guess I will take a beach mask of casting. It looks cool. Your ether compass may now be used to locate ether currents in new regions. If you've misplaced your compass, you may obtain another by speaking with Gibralont at the Forgotten Knight or Gelfred at Rhalgr's Reach. Do I have it? Ether compass. Oh, I still have that. Maybe that's something I need to put on a hotbar. Like over here. Yeah, I'll find the new currents eventually. So, how about Minago? So from this one I'll get... Okay, from this one I can get various melee gear. Or from Mefrid, it says nothing. Mefrid cannot help but wonder if you remember who he is. I mean... No. Honestly, no. You know, that's funny. How about this? How about this one? At the risk of repeating myself, it's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again here of all places. Though I reckon you probably don't remember me after all this time, eh? Of course I remember you. Sure. I'm impressed. Given everything you went on to accomplish, you'd be forgiven for forgetting all about your time in Quarry Mill. Suffice it to say, we didn't forget about you either, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Garlean was recovering. Gundabald was my former commander and an old friend, and I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo. Others went on to Ul'dah for work. But as you can see, I chose to come back to Girabania to join Conrad and the others. I've kept busy since then, ferrying people and provisions across the border and back. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alagana? If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from Alagana, aren't you? Nice. By all means, we welcome the company. There will be more to it than just asking around, but we can talk about it on the way. Make your preparations and meet me by the tunnel to the peaks. And I can take Minago's quest, which I will. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Scions again for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good me claiming my duties, here, couldn't wait, duties, do. But a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. And thank you. Now to business. Commander Kemps entrusted me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed as well as detailing the disposition of our forces. What I need is an escort. 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you in this. General Alden commands the forces at Castrum Oriens. It should be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great! That's just what I wanted to hear. When you're ready to depart, meet me at the pass leading out of the Reach. Nice. Who's in Friendly Town now? More people coming on. Cat Butt's here. Let's see, so we'll start off with The one from Mefford. This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade if you would. Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There are more villages there than out here, but also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We'll need to tread carefully. Do what now? To reduce congestion, the area you're about to enter has been divided. I mean, I guess we'll go to Peaks 3. So they're instants now. Weird. An upside-down ziggurat.
I remember the peaks of Girabania. Silent watchmen that would stand long after we were gone. We came seeking allies to join us in the fight against the Empire. People who had had enough. People who had suffered every possible
Space Needle.
injury, who had been treated like animals, day after day after day.
Sweet. It's really cool how they've masked that entire camp with glamours all over the place. You've a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, this is not more than a testament to the savage impulses of our lesser race. Remember though, once we leave these ruins, we'll have no glamours to conceal us. The villages to the east keep watch for patrols as we move. Awesome. What is that though? A Garabanian hornbill. Well, of course I've got to fight one of them. I have to kill every new and interesting life form I find. Oh yeah, hornbill tenderloin. Giant butterflies. Fluterini. Panini. Well, time to burn a butterfly. I wonder if they add a new hunt log. Probably not. They probably didn't bother. Yeah, they didn't bother. Nary an Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. Alagana's due east, past that bridge. Follow me, it's not much further. Okay, but what is that? That has to be a hunt. That has to be like a new A rank or something. No? Ignamoth. See, 1 in 3 of every home set to flame is done by the notorious pyromantic Ignamoth. Are they a... Oh, they're a paladin, I think. Yeah, here we go. Here's a new fate. Here's a new boss fate. So me and this paladin can definitely take this on by ourselves. It'll just take a little bit of work. Because it does seem to have a lot of HP. Wonder what's their MP looking like? I just noticed their character name was Rumple Foreskin. Amazing. You know, with 2 people, a boss fight generally takes a minute or 2 to kill. Try lucid dreaming. Oh, they're not a party member, so I can't use it. So I see the new summoner combo now. Death Flare refreshes, or the Ether Trail refreshes Try Disaster, so you can kind of loop the 2 of them together now. Smash that moth. It's a nice chunk of XP there. Let's see, where am I headed? North? East. So that was just a boss version of a common enemy that you can find running around. Oh, holy shit, that's a giant grasshopper. A Chapuli, otherwise known as Giga Grasshopper. Well, let's kill this too. I discovered a new location. You can rest easy, we made it. This is Alagana. It feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be... Oh, sorry. That has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do. But as I said back at the Reach, it's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers these days. As you know, we're shorthanded because many of our people were taken in by the Griffin's promises and went to the wall, never to return. It wasn't... It wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Alagana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, there may be suspicious of outsiders claiming allegiance to the Resistance, and rightfully so. So with all that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech in the village square. Not if you didn't want the place to be burned to the ground, no. You might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We'll need to be a good deal more circumspect than that. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening. We must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope that there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. It's a good song. I like it. Okay. We have more random armor. Piety materia. Reganford, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Register that. And go ahead and register the Aetheryte. Don't know you, traveler. You a merchant? You'll not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder. Sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana. I would know of your recent troubles. Ah, your comrades of Medford, I see. I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men and left with many more. Such is the rumor. Is it true? He lit a fire in the hearts and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes. And now you come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We've made an agreement with the Alliance. This time it will be different. This time, cold comfort to the dead and the ones they left behind. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do. They took our lads, our traditions, even our god. And they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. I hate the bastards. With every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Medford. I can't. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go. Now. Leave us be, and never return. You've got no right to speak to us like that. I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed, and that was before half our young men and women went off to die for your bloody cause. So yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village. No, you don't. Because it's my village too. My home. What in the hell's you on about? Wait, I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls. Lice. Lice hexed. And I'm here. I'm here to take back my homeland. By Rhalgr, the last time I saw you, you were... I didn't even know if you were still alive. And I never thought you would come. I almost didn't. My sister never will. Lots of others won't either. And that's why we've got to carry on the fight. You even sound like him. As you say, I've got no right to tell you to leave. Alagana is as much your home as it is mine. But I say to you again, we can give no more. Yes, I heard you the first time. Let's go. Okay, what's next? What's next? Angry Coral? That's a big wiggly thing over there. What the hell is that? Dust Anila? Horrific Boot? Das Boot. Beautiful. Go, go, tornado. Nice, I got 86k for that. Just for jumping in real quick and helping. That could have been handled better. But what's done is done. At least we've been granted permission to stay. I was hoping Ragnfrid might help us to recruit some of his people. But that clearly isn't going to happen. If we're to convince any of them to join, we'll first need to regain their trust. It's risky, and it's hardly subtle, but I say we approach the villagers directly. See what problems they've got, and if we can do anything to help. Makes sense to me. Let's split up and ask around. Yeah, I have no idea if this materia is worth a damn anymore, so I'm just going to take another thing. So now what's next? So a branching path here. I need to talk to various villagers and help them with their troubles. Let's see here. I think now is another good time for a little break, and when we come back we will try to gain the hearts and minds of the people.